Hello, how are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and welcome to the 39th episode of What's in the Box Wednesday. Today, we are opening something unique, something I've never seen before. I've seen certain random cards from, I guess, the base set, but even that is an assumption. And it is the Donruss pop-up box. I'm assuming, if you can see here, you see the Cal Ripken and the Shawan Dunston there. They have this like orange yellow top and the blue lines, blue sides. That's very similar to the design of the '89 set. But the '89, I believe the sides are black and the top is like a purple pinkish. And so this is a variation on colors, but I also think they're different pictures too. They're completely different cards. They just use the format of the card the same and change the colors in the pictures to make a completely different set in this box. But they also have the same puzzle. The Warren Spawn puzzle is part of the '89 set. If you open an '89 box, you get a Warren Spawn puzzle. And these pop-ups that you see with the Mark McGwire pop-up, they're cards that you pop up and they stand up. I don't know. I'm guessing the pop-up cards, when folded down, are the size of a regular card, but they really look a lot bigger than that to me. So I don't know if when we open this, we're going to find a separate pack with just some pop-up cards in it, or if something else. Maybe there's only one pop-up per box. I don't know. I have no clue. Not sure what to expect. But let's get going. For those of you who follow the stream, follow the series, you know that Sugar White, one of our viewers, one of our community members, one of our sugar daddy essentially, buys a lot of these boxes for us. I purchased some stuff for the stream and we open them What's the Box, but a lot of these he's sending me boxes of unopened stuff that he just buys from the distributor and sends to us, and asks us to open it on stream for him and pull a specific number of cards. He says, if you find this card, I want it. Anything else you guys can keep. So that's very nice of him. We seriously appreciate his patronage for that. And so we have a ton of his cards here that we'll eventually ship off to him, but he's happy with us keeping them and keeping them in good shape for him. So that's good. But this today, he sent to us with one card in mind. He wants the number 3 Paul Molitor. I don't know. Half the time, his list, most of the time, his lists make sense. The big rookies from the set. Last week, if you watched last week's episode, we opened the 1990 Donruss, and he wanted the Sammy Sosa rookie, he wanted the Dave Justice rookie, he wanted the Bernie Williams rookie, and then he picked up a couple stars that he's a big fan of, like Bo Jackson. He had 3 or 4 different Bo Jackson cards in there. But last week, he also had Robin Yount in there. This week, he has Paul Molitor. Now, I don't know if Robin Yount isn't in this one, or if he already has Robin Yount. I don't know why he picks the cards he picks, but he gives me a list, and that's what we go by. So today, the most important card for today is Paul Molitor, number 3 card in the set. Anything else, I get to keep for me or the store. I'm assuming the '89 Donruss set, the big card from the base set is a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. I am assuming that there isn't a Ken Griffey Jr. in this set. That would be really cool. And if there was, I assume that he didn't know it, and when he sees this, he'll say, oh yeah, I want that card too. But, all right, without further ado, let's get this thing going. Pop-up cards. All right, it's just packs, normal size. Now, we will be putting 2 of these on Instagram. So we'll be opening all but that. But yeah, that's it. Aside from that, we're going to open the whole box here. We like to do an Instagram opening for if you join our Instagram, if you watch on our Instagram, you'll see that. And I say daily, but honestly, we're behind. We haven't opened in a little while, and we need to get those going again. You'll see that we open up a different card type just every day. Now, granted, it's the same thing over and over again, because some of those are like whole boxes we did on Instagram. but we try to every day do a different one. We have 7 or 8 different type packs we open, and then when we're doing this, we're always pulling 2 packs to add to that rotation. So gives you something neat to watch on Instagram from us. But here we go. We got 4 stacks, equal size, equal height, right here. We're gonna open those up. Stack number 1, looking for Paul Molitor, and I have no clue what else could possibly be in the set. So I'm excited. All right. Good thing is, unlike the 1990 Donruss last week, these open fairly easily. That glue did not stick to the back. So, all right, we got the Warren Spawn card, and I'm wondering if this is how every pack's going to go, because first we got the puzzle card, which with the 1990, every top card was the puzzle card. And then we got the pop-up card right behind it. So the pop-up cards are the same size as a regular baseball card. This one's Dave Winfield. That's pretty cool. That's a Anthony card right there. And then we got, it looks like 5 base cards. So we'll see if all of these are the same format. That'd be kind of cool. So Rafael Palmeiro. We got Mark Gubicza, Andres Galarraga, Dennis Eckersley, and a Shawan Dunston. So it looks like on the front, instead of saying their team, it just says whether American League or National League. I'm wondering if it's a small set. Well, I'm sure it's a small set. I don't know how many cards are in the set. I wonder if it says on the box. No, it does not say how many cards are in the set. But I'm wondering if they're all All-Stars or something. So there's a Warren Spawn. The pop-up this time is Gary Carter. We got a Frank Viola. Ryan Sandberg. Checklist. We got 2 checklists back-to-back. That's American League. The American League checklist goes to 32. So I'm wondering if all this is the AL checklist is number 32, if there's 64 cards in the set. Which, if that's the case, it's very similar to the 2 weeks ago in episode 37, we did the 86 Topps Minis. There were only 66 cards in the set, but with this many packs, there were a lot of doubles, a lot of dupes. So, most votes, the National League. Yeah, this is an all-star set is what this is. Ozzie Smith won the National League most votes for that team. That's kind of cool. So I should be able to, theoretically, put a full set together of these, which is nice. I love when I can do that. But let's not hold my breath yet. We'll see if it actually happens that way. All right, so there's the puzzle piece. There's the Whitey Herzog pop-up. We got Terry Steinbach, Andre Dawson, Jose Canseco, Kurt Stillwell, and Gerald Perry. A lot of times with these What's in the Box Wednesdays, that's what I do. I'll open enough, and if I can put a set together, the WWE sets we've opened in previous episodes, I have complete sets of those that I'm going to be listing online. All of them are available for purchase, just haven't gotten to that point yet. Part of the organizational process. All right, there's the Mark McGwire pop-up. Now, the pop-ups are not numbered. It just says starter, first baseman. I wonder if this says coach, manager. Yep, manager. So that's kind of cool. All right. Coral Sershiser, Mike Greenwell, Whitey Herzog, Wade Boggs, and Darryl Strawberry. So again, like the minis, they put the pack price right on the pack. I find that interesting. You don't see that anymore, and the reason why is pack prices change so much that the suggested retail price being printed on the pack is just not a practice we go through anymore. All right, so there's Paul Molitor. Now, this is the guy he wanted, but he said number 3 Paul Molitor. These aren't numbered, which makes me believe he wants the blue card. I am going to sleeve this and put it to the side on the off chance that he also wants the pop-up. But if he does not want the pop-up, then I'll add it to the pop-up collection. He'll let me know. He'll watch this and let me know. All right, so there's a checklist. Here's the National League checklist. Goes to 64. So far, I've seen nothing to tell me that there's anything after number 64. And events like Jeff Russell and Rafael Palmeiro. All right. We got Warren Spahn. We got Daryl Strawberry pop-up. Carney Lansford. Vance Law. Dennis Eckersley, that's a dupe. Sean Dunstan's a dupe. Frank Viola is a dupe. Like we said, there's going to be dupes. There's going to be a lot of dupes. I'm not going to call out every dupe. I just did that in that pack, but no need to keep going with that. All right. We got Warren Spahn. We got a Ricky Henderson pop-up. There's a Sandberg. McGuire. There's a Ozzie Smith and a Harold Reynolds. I do like opening stuff like this, mainly because I feel like I won on every pack. I know that because every pack is all-stars, that it means that they're more common and it's not worth as much, just like with that minis pack. But we opened so many packs last week's episode that there was no one in it, not a single person in it, and that just always feels like a lose. So you always win with every one of these packs. Will Clark pop up, Bob Knepper, Tim Laudner, Andres Galarraga, Mike Greenwell. Maybe not this pack so much. Wow. I mean, got David Cohn was your big star. Will Clark was your big pop-up. That was one of the weaker of the packs, clearly. It had to do that because I opened my mouth to jinx it. All right, let's see. We got Andre Dawson, a Hawk. Danny Jackson, Carney Lansford, Oral Hershiser, Mike Greenwell, and Whitey Herzog. Again, the Dawson was pretty big, but after that, it was quite a weak pack there. Now, in the 80s, if you watch the video for the 86 minis, you'll remember that after a certain point, when we weren't getting anything new, I just opened up all the packs and then went through them as a stack. We may get to that on this. I do need the first thing I'm looking for is to hit that molitor. Once I hit that molitor, then I'll determine how many we haven't seen yet. How many packs we go through in a row where it's all dupes. And if they're all dupes for 4 or 5 packs in a row, nothing new, then we'll switch to that. Move on. So there's a Frank Viola pop-up, Wade Boggs, Daryl Strawberry, another checklist, Terry Steinbach, and Chris Sabo. All right. Got a Cal Ripken pop-up, Jeff Reardon, Rafael Palmeiro, Mark Gubazar, Andres Galarraga, and Dennis Eckersley. All right, that's the first stack. We're 1/4 of the way through. Couldn't figure out how to say that. I'm a math guy. All right, here we go. Stack number 2. We got a puzzle piece. There's an Andre Dawson dupe, Steve Parrish, Jones, Larkin, and Brett. Well, that's kind of interesting. I just saw who the top vote getter in the American League was. Wouldn't have guessed that. All right. We got puzzle piece Frank Viola, that's a dupe. Sean Dunstan, Tom Kelly, Ozzie Smith. Now, this is our second Ozzie Smith card. The other one said top vote getter, so I wonder if that's after 64, because this is his regular card. Here's number 3, Paul Molitor, and this one is the Jose Canseco got the most AL votes. Number 30. So we'll see if there's another Jose Canseco card. But this, number 3, Paul Molitor, this is what he was looking for right here. That is the card. So once we get a second one of those, I will evaluate whether or not there's anything left, because we will need another one of those to make the set. There's a dupe of the Cal Ripken. We got Bob Walk. There's a Kirby Puckett, Greg Maddux, Don Mattingly. That was a great pack. Even though the Cal Ripken was a dupe, it's still a Cal Ripken. Mattingly, Maddox, and Kirby, three of my top guys, and Kevin Gross. All three of those are on my all-time list, my all-time team. Nope, that's not true. Kirby doesn't make my all-time team. He's a center fielder, and Griffey gets ahead of him just by an inch. All right, we got Ozzie Smith, Gary Gaetti, Bobby Bonilla, Terry Steinbach, Vince Coleman, and Ricky Henderson. And Maddox is, I think he's number 3 or 4 on my, I'd have to check the list again. 3 or 4 on my all-time pitchers. All right, there's a Tom Kelly is the manager. Now, this is a second Terry Steinbach, too. So I'm wondering, next time I get a checklist, I'll look. I wonder if there's multiple, because there was a different Terry Steinbach. Chris Sabo. Oh, that's the MVP card. Chris Sabo, Jeff Reardon, William McGahee, and Dan Plesac. So next time I get a checklist, I'm going to take a moment to look at it to make sure that the MVP and the top vote getter and stuff like that are on the list as well. There's a Bobby Bonilla, Vance Law, Roger Clemens, Gary Carter, Cal Ripken, and Ozzie Smith. But we are still getting new cards, guys. We're still getting... So that's kind of cool. That's kind of good that we're almost halfway through. Wade Boggs, National League. Here we go. It says, oh, look at that. It has the pop-ups underneath. So it looks like everyone has a pop-up as well. Will Clark, Giants. Clark pop-up, NL starter, first base. And it tells all the starters to there, and then the manager. And then on the back, it has this reserves. Oh, all the starters got pop-ups is what it was through the manager. Then after the manager, it goes Shawan Dunston, Cubs, David Cone, Mets, and these are all the backups. And then at the bottom, you have most votes, the stadium, and the checklist. And I guess National League didn't have an MVP because they lost, and this one got the stadium. The American League won't have the stadium. There, speak of the stadium, there it is. Todd Whirl, Johnny Ray, and Danny Jackson. So they'll both have 32. Ozzie has 2 cards because he was the top vote getter. Jose Canseco has 2 cards because he was the MVP, the top vote getter. Terry Steinbach has 2 cards because he was the MVP, and the Riverfront Stadium is on the National League side. So there's Dwight Gooden. Pop up, we got Harold Reynolds, Bob Knepper, Tim Laudner, Mark Davis, and George Brett. All right, here we go. We got Ryan Sandberg, starter for the second baseman for the National League. David Cone, Terry Steinbach's base. Andre Dawson, Jose Canseco, there's his other card, his non-MVP card, his base card. And Kurt Stillwell. There's a dupe of the McGuire pop-up. You got a Gerald Perry, a Dave Steve, Lance Parrish, Doug Jones, and Barry Larkin. And this is the last pack of the second. So this is, after this pack, we are halfway done with this. There's a Terry Steinbach pop-up. We got a Will Clark, Ricky Henderson, National League checklist, Van Slyke, and Jeff Russell. All right. Dwight Gooden pop-up. We got David Cone, Terry Steinbach, Andre Dawson, Jose Canseco, Kurt Stillwell. That was very similar to the previous pack. The Canseco and Stillwell is how it finished off, and I'm not sure how much of before wasn't exactly the same as well. There we go. We got Vince Coleman, We got Harold Reynolds, Bob Nepper, Tim Warner, Mark Davis, and George Brett. Okay, these are getting repetitive, but I just want to see one more Paul Molitor. I want to know I have the Paul Molitor for the set, and then we can open the rest of these all at once. You got an Ozzie Smith pop-up, Shawan Dunston, Frank Viola, Ryan Sandberg, Don Mattingly, and Kevin Gross. Tom Kelly pop-up manager, Gary Gaetti, Dwight Gooden, Cal Ripken, Vince Coleman, and Ricky Henderson. Come on, Molitor. Looking for a Molitor. Feel pretty confident that once we get that, we're good to go. I haven't seen anything that new in a while. Reardon, McGee, and Plesac. And there could be things like a Plesac could come that I didn't know we didn't get, and it's just so inconsequential that I didn't notice we had. That's the first time we got it. We are still getting new pop-ups. Wade Boggs. I'd be interested to see if I get the whole pop-up set. Law, Clemens, Carter, Winfield. I don't know if we had a Winfield. I was sitting here wondering if Winfield was here because Mattingly and Henderson were both there. And it's a trio. It's actually a quartet if you're a Yankee fan like I was with Willie Randolph. But Willie was obviously the weakest of the four and didn't make the All-Star nearly as much. So here's Jose Canseco. That pop-up is damaged all over the place, I think. Unless it's... Oh, it's cut like that to make it easy to pop up. I hope to get another one so I can see that they're both like that. There's a checklist. Riverfront Stadium, Todd Worrell, Johnny Ray, and Danny Jackson. All right. There's a Terry Steinbach, Carney Lansford, Earl Hershiser, Mike Greenwell, Whitey Herzog, and Wade Boggs. It's funny, you think of the stars from the time, and there's certain names that you assume is in here, and maybe there's a Dave Winfield. We already had the Dave Winfield pop-up. Maybe they were injured that year, and that's why they didn't make the All-Star team. People like Tony Gwynn or whatever, but you assume Tony Gwynn is in the list, but we haven't seen a Tony Gwynn. We have seen a Kirby Puckett, but we haven't seen a second Kirby Puckett. Let's see. Who played center field? Ricky Henderson was center fielder. Who was the left fielder then? Dave Winton. Then who was the right fielder? Canseco. Canseco, Henderson, and Winfield were the outfielders. And Kirby Puckett was a backup outfielder. Here's the National League list. We got Strawberry in right, Andre Dawson in center, and Vince Coleman in left. And some of the backups were... Yeah, a bunch of no-name guys. Andy Van Slyke. So it makes you wonder where Tony Gwynn was during that year. Andy Van Slyke. Jeff Russell. I'd like to see another Kirby Puckett. And I'd like to see another Paul Molitor. All right, here we go. Gary Carter. And a lot of dupes on the pop-ups now. Granted, there's only... let's see, 9 positions and so 10. So there's only 30 total pop-ups. Nope, that doesn't math right. There's only 20 total pop-ups, and we've gone through more than 20 packs. So I mean, the fact that we're getting a lot of dupes in that is not that surprising either. All right. Wonder how close to the puzzle I'll be. Vince Coleman, there we go. Frank Viola, Ryan Sandberg, Mark McGuire, Checklist, and Ozzie Top Rope Getter. Ozzie was great. I love me some Ozzie. I just saw the back card of this, and I feel so bad for this guy, Ryan Sandberg, not Ryan Sandberg. But the last card of this pack is Barry Larkin, and I don't know, maybe he did, but I don't think Barry Larkin started a lot of All-Star games, mainly because he came around while Ozzie Smith was at the peak of his um, the love of Ozzie Smith. He was in the later part of his career, and but he started getting. I remember him getting All-Star game starts, even though people were saying he didn't necessarily deserve it. It was one of those situations where he was one of the top vote getters just because the people loved him so much. There's another McGuire, Doyle Alexander, Bobby Bonilla, Tom Kelly, Ozzie Smith, and there's the Paul Molitor. We can put a set together now, in theory. All right, not that many packs left. We're just gonna keep doing it the way we're doing it since there's only this few left. Less than 10 packs. We got Darryl Strawberry, Kevin Gross, Gary Gaetti, Dwight Gooden, Cal Ripken, and Vince Coleman. So for me, the one I'm looking for now is a Kirby Puckett. I wouldn't mind seeing a Paul Molitor again, just because I like Paul Molitor. He's one of my guys. There's a Henderson pop-up and a Henderson base. But if I give one to Sugar and one to the set, then there isn't one left for me, and I'm okay with that. That doesn't really matter. But it'd be nice to grab one of those if I could. He is definitely on my collection list, which again we'll get into in a future video. Will Clark, Dan Plesac, Vance Law, Roger Clemens, Gary Carter, and Dave Winfield. I'm gonna switch these two packs up since this one's taller. All right, there's a Whitey Herzog manager, Will Clark, National League checklist. Let's do this. That goes there. I changed the piles, get them in the right piles. Jose Canseco, Bob Walk, and Johnny Ray, this might be the first Johnny Ray we've gotten. Again, it may not be. It may just be that I didn't really take note of the Johnny Ray before because it's Johnny Ray. All right, we got Diamond King, Jose Canseco, and yes, it's cut exactly the same way. If I were to send this into grading, and I'm not saying that I would or wouldn't, I might put a whole set. I might get all 20 cards and set all 20 of them in and get them, But I would send both of these Jose Cansecos in to be graded, just so they see that the cuts are exactly how they are for that reason, and they don't think that those are damage spots. Like that's a specific cut style. All right, Lance Parrish, Doug Jones, Barry Larkin, Doyle Alexander, and Bobby Bonilla. Terry Steinbach, Tom Kelly. That doesn't go there anymore. Tom Kelly, Ozzie Smith, Paul Molitor, yes, Jose Canseco, and Gerald Perry. Come on, Kirby Puckett. I picked two more Kirby Puckets, actually. Another Winfield, Harold Reynolds. Reversed them. Can't I get that through my brain? Greg Maddux, Don Mattingly, Kevin Gross, and Gary Gaetti. You need at least one, if not two. With two, we have one so far, and that one can go into the set. A second one means I get it because Kirby's one of my guys, and the third one means I can give one to my bartender, who's a huge Puckett fan. Coleman, Henderson, Steinbach. Well, we're not going to get two in the same pack, so Shane's out of luck. Hopefully, I'm not. Let's get a Kirby Puckett in this pack. There's a Vince Coleman, Chris Sabo. Ah, there it is. Kirby Puckett. Good. Means I get one. Lance Parrish, Dan Plesac, and Vance Law. All right, guys, that was a lot more fun. And I say that, guys, every time. I get that I say that every time. That was fun. But that was a lot more fun than a lot of the ones I opened. I really liked the being able to chase specific cards in the sense that it was a small enough set to know whether I've gotten it or not. I liked the pop-up card being a part of it, having a completely different set that you got one every time. It's kind of like the puzzle pieces, but in the puzzle pieces, there are 64 different pieces, and it's not like you're going to be able to keep track of which puzzle pieces you got. I just have to look at it later. Whereas those cards, I knew there were 10 from each division. I can go through the checklist and see I'm pretty close to full set of pop-ups. So that's kind of cool as well. But yeah, it was that was fun. It was not overwhelming like some of these breaks are. It was just the right enough. There wasn't a lot of cards in each pack, 5 cards plus the puzzle and the pop up. So that was one of my favorites to open. If there were more cards to the set, it would give us a reason to buy some more of that. Unfortunately, I don't see any reason to get another box of that. But maybe I'll look around and see if there's an 88 version or a 90 version or something of the same type of thing because that Donruss pop-up, arguably my favorite thing we've opened so far. Not from a nostalgia standpoint, like I still love 87 Tops, which we'll be doing again soon, and I love some of the other fun stuff. But from what's in the set, what I'm looking for, or each pack, getting to open each pack, it was very fun. So, guys, if you like that, make sure you click and subscribe down below. Give me a comment if you'd like to see me open something. I can't guarantee that. Like if you put flawless in there, I can't guarantee that that's going to happen. At the same time, I'm looking to buy a flawless. I'm looking to the path to getting a flawless and open it on one of these. So nothing's out of the realm of possibility. Go ahead and ask. Put it down in the comments down below, and maybe we'll get to that at some point. Um, Other than that, join the Facebook and Discord group. I haven't said that in the last 4 or 5, maybe even more videos. I don't want to pound you guys with that. I just want to let you know that we're a community. We do a lot of talking. A lot of the decisions we make are done on Discord, and all that information can be found in the description down below. So join us there and become part of the community. Talk to us during the drafts. We did the NFL draft. We were all chatting together on Discord. We do fantasy football together. All sorts of different stuff. So come and hang out with us, and we'll see you then. Bye bye. All right, guys, and I will be right back. I'm going to mute and put up All right, back again. Let's see. Back again. Yep. All right, good. Sounds good. Everything's good. Let's do this. Episode 40. You know what? Hold on one second, guys. I want to see, just because I'm driving myself nuts, if we've done 1990 Donruss. I know we have. I know we have. Just because... '88 Donruss. '90 Donruss. Okay, we did do it. I have it here. I was gonna say, I'm gonna have to rewatch that one just to see. But yes, I'm not crazy. Shut it. I'm not crazy. Hello. Let's do it one more time. That I kind of croaked that one out. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. No time. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and I am going to be breaking for you this evening on this 40th episode of What's in the Box Wednesday. Something completely new. The Monday Night Football edition of action-packed football. I think it said 91. Is that? Let me check the year real quick. 1994. 1994 action-packed football. Now, I collected a lot of action-packed back in the day. I loved action-packed. It was one of my favorite. One of my cards. I have it right over here. Right here is an action-packed Brett Favre rookie. Where is that? I just saw it. Okay, well, on it. I probably pulled it out to show you guys and then don't know where I put it. But yes, I love the action pack. Now, for those of you who don't know what an action pack card is, it's a thicker card. It's like a double thickness, and the front part is all bumped up where they're actioned out. So it's really kind of cool. You'll see in a minute when I start opening it. But I've never collected this late. All the stuff I collected was 89 to 91 ish. So 94, this is new stuff. This is a little different. They're coming in. It comes in a. It's zip. What's it called? Plastic suctioned plastic, and each one of these packages are like. I mean, you can see that there's like this plastic stake in the back, and you're gonna peel the front off it. So this is a lot different than the packs I used to open. So I don't know if this was a special set because it says Monday Night Football on it, or if it's just what it transitioned to eventually. But I'm super excited to see the cards. Those of you who know this about it, I'm not going to go into all of this again every time, but this is another Sugar White purchase, and he has 2, 4, 6 cards on here. Barry Sanders, John Elway, Derek Thomas, Brett Favre, Joe Montana, and Dan Marino. Anything else or dupes of those become the stores, so if there's something that comes up that you want, always a chance you could purchase it from us. Also says if I'm lucky enough to get a silver. So I'm guessing that silver is a completely separate type, and hopefully I will be able to tell the difference. But also another thing that you see, I showed you all the packs. There's that many times 2. But on the side here, looks like there's one pack that says promo pack. You can prototype, I should say, prototype cards. So I'm not sure if Sugar knows about that. He didn't say anything about that. I'm going to assume when we open that, which will be the last pack we open, that if there's something there he wants, he'll let me know. But let's get started. We're going to switch over to What's in the Box Wednesday scene. I'm going to do this right on top so you can see me do it. That's how we open it. Then I'm going to take the packs out. There are, I don't know how many cards in each one of these packs. I think it's 4. Oh no, contains 6. Each one contains 6 cards. Even the fronts here are numbered. This one here says 4. This one here says 1. This one says 6. So there are different fronts to it as well. So there's the promo. We're going to stick this over here. And we're going to take one out from that stack. We're going to take one out from this stack. We'll open those later on Instagram. And we're just going to do the rest of these. All right. Empty box. Throw that away. We're going to hold on to this for the cards. All right. There we go. We got all these packs that we're going to be opening. I'm so excited. Not sure how this is going to work. We're opening the first pack. We're doing this together right now to see how this plays out. Episode 40. Big 4-0. Oh, didn't actually cut a hole. I see. I went too close and kept it in the... There we go. So, don't throw away this package. All right, let's see what that says real quick. Save 10 of these package packs and exchange them for a Mammoth card. Get your free Mammoth supersized collectible card, your favorite. I'm assuming there's a time limit on that. Alternate Mammoth method. I'm assuming there's a time limit on that, so we're not going to keep these packages. All right. I'm going to keep one of those backs, and I'll look through it later. But... Oh, well, there he goes. It just fell out. They just fell out like that. Okay, good to know. So, here we go. Action pack cards. So I'm going to bring one of these up for you to see. They are a thicker card. I get it in camera. And the front of it, I don't know if it really shows well. They're bumped off of its fat, and you can kind of see that the player is pushed off of the background. So the first card is Derek Thomas. Well, that's number 22. It sure is. That is one of his cards right off the bat. Number 22, Derek Thomas. Then the second card is Barry Sanders, number 8. This is one of the things I remember about action pack cards. They stick together a little. Hopefully not to the point. Yep, number 8, Barry Sanders. All right, he's gotten 2 of his cards. The first 2 cards were his. This is definitely different from how we usually have. Now, I don't know how many cards are in the set. And there's a lot of cards coming. So it may be a situation where we get multiple of all the cards. Just like last week, just like 3 weeks ago with the 86 Topps Minis. All right, so this is a Gary Brown running back. Is that a Thurman Thomas? It sure is. It's one of my guys. John Randall. Yep, look at that. And then we got the Don Howard and Franks. And Frank. Don Howard and Frank. Action-packed prime-time players. So that's neat in its own way. All right. Pack number 2. I almost feel like I should take a moment, cut all of them. Yeah, because even that didn't work. This is every time going to be problematic. All right, so what if I did it here from the side? That works a whole lot better. So let's take a moment and do that. Then we don't need to do it every time. A lot more packs than it feels like there is when you're doing it this way. It's like you're still going on the first stack. Yes. Okay, one stack completely cut. Let's cut the second stack. Alright, finally done with that. Now, put these to the side, and let's get going. Alright, pack number 2. Sorry for the delay, but this will speed things up a bunch. Starting off with a Shannon Sharp. Tight end for the Broncos. There's the John Elway he's looking for. That's number 12. Sure is. So now 2 packs in, and we have his first 3 in order. 8, 12, and 22. Next one in order would be the Brett Favre. Then we have Jeff Hostetler, Greg Lloyd. Is that going to be Moose? Jay Novacek, sure is. And then another Dan, Howard, and Frank, the Entertainers. I wonder if the last card in every pack is going to be one of those. All right, pack 3. We've got, let's see, Sterling Sharp. Yeah, Sterling Sharp. Warren Moon. Herman Moore. Yep, Herman Moore. Now I'm getting into guessing point. Otis Anderson. Mike Sherrard. I'm going to say Otis Anderson was earlier than this. Not Reggie White. I don't know who that is. Calvin Williams. And Brent. Halftime highlights. Sure enough, they are going to finish every pack off with an announcer of some kind. Or more than one. It's all right. That's their prerogative. That's what they wanted to spotlight. It is Monday Night Football set, so makes sense. Here we go. Steelers, Rod Woodson. Is that Jerry Rice? It sure is. Jerry Rice. Nice. Chris Carter. Then we've got, for the Giants, Jumbo Elliott. And for the Saints, we got Ricky Jackson before our Keith. Whoa, Nelly. Keith. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Makes me wonder, like, what kind of value some of these cards have. Cody Carlson. I never looked that up. I really should do, like, research. I know what sets I have for the next, like, next week we're doing the 1987 Topps, and for the most part, I know what's good in that. But when I come across something like this and I know it's coming up, I should take the time to research what I'm opening here. Randall Cunningham, Eagles. That's going to be Joe Montana for the Chiefs, number 50. Sure is. All right, we skipped his Brett Favre, went with the Joe Montana. But we're to the point where there's only 2 left. Montana and Marino. That is going to be Keith Jackson, tight end for the Eagles. And Henry Thomas, the Vikings. And then we got a Don, Howard, and Frank again. Monday Night Madness. All right. Haven't seen like a checklist yet. Don't know that there is a checklist, but haven't seen one yet to know how many cards are in the set. But I know that these announcer cards are in there is the 60s and 70s. So I'm suspecting they may be at the end of the set, and there may only be 70 to 80 cards in the set. I'm going to say Bruce Matthews. Yep. And then there's the Brett Favre. So now all we got left is a Dan Marino. Looking for a Dan Marino. Let me see. Is this number 29? It sure is. We have never come this close to completing every card he was looking for before. So close. I think we're going to do it. There's a Bruce Smith. And then that is Charles Haley. Before we get a Terry McDaniel. And a Howard on the body of a Dan Marino. Never played the game. I don't know if that's Dan Marino or not. Oh, that's not on someone else's body? That's him? Yeah, that's actually him. He donned a uniform. Look at that. I thought that they took a... It looks very photoshopped. Like his head is stuck in there. But no, that's actually him. That's not Dan Marino's number. I'm trying to remember what Dan Marino's number is. Makes me feel out of touch when I can't remember things like that. All right, we got Ricky Waters. There's another Barry Sanders. So that's a dupe that I get to keep. Junior Seau. Thurman Thomas dupe. John Randall dupe. And then a Dandy Don Meredith. Dandy Don Meredith. All right. Now we're back to this cards flipping back and forth in opposite directions. I don't understand why this happens. Why anyone, like, for years, cards were all facing the same direction. And so obviously it can be done. Bruce Matthews, no. Ray Childress. There's Emmett Smith. That is Eric Allen. Neil Smith. Marcus Allen. And that same Howard, I never played the game card. That's our first dupe of the Monday Night Announcers cards stuff. So that's something. And we got, nope, that is not Steve McNair. So Haywood Jeffries. And then the Dan Marino card, number 52. Yep. So there we go. Sugar has completed the 6 cards that he has asked for. All of them there, all of them done with that, while still having half of the packs to go. So who knows? Maybe we'll end up with enough to do a complete set of this as well. All right, that is not Natron means. The card's stuck together. That is Gary Brown, running back for the Oilers. Then Natron Means, running back for the Chargers. Then we got Tim McDonald, safety for the 49ers. And there's Don again, Dandy Don Meredith. Makes me believe that 67, we have seen 1 through 70. There may only be 5 to 10 cards of those, and we have most of them already. So we're starting to see doubles of them. Oh, nope, the back one's numbered 71, so it goes at least as high as 71 now. All right, here we got Barry Foster. And then we got a Howard Cosell in the middle of it, 68. Not the last card for the first time. For the Raiders, we got Anthony Smith. For the Bears, Dante Jones. This is Jay Novacek again. And Lynn. Return to the field. Lynn Swan. That's kind of cool. Of the announcer cards, that's the one that I'd be most interested in. All right. And what number was that? 71. All right. So that's the first stack. Still have the second stack to go. About that many cards still coming. And then we have the promo, whatever that was. All right. So we have Derek Thomas. That's dupe, but finally a single for us. Steve Young. We got Donna Wolford. Chris Zorich. And that's a double for Calvin Williams. And then there's our announced team again. Bruce Matthews, that's our third one of those. There's an Emmitt Smith. Eric Allen. Yeah, we're getting a lot of dupes now. And that's good. That's good. The more dupes, the more chance we get to get a set. It's also bad because it means we're being very repetitive. Neil Smith. This is John Taylor. And then there's a Lynn Swan dupe. It's a nice looking card. Okay. This one starts out with Haywood Jeffries. There's a Dan Marino. Now we've gotten that one twice. We've got Gary Brown. Atron Means. Morton Anderson. And back to back this card. Looks like we got 2, 4. This is 7. We got 7 left, including this one. All right. Barry Foster, is that who it is? Yep, Barry Foster. There's a Howard again inside the set. Wonder why they didn't put that one last. That's both times there was one inside and it was that one. Interesting. Anthony Smith. We've already gotten that one. We already got the Dante Jones. That's the Herschel Walker. That's the first Herschel Walker we've gotten. And a Howard and Dean. First one of those. Howard and Don. Sorry, Howard and Don. And that one's 62. So now we're talking about there's at least 10. Because there's a 62 and a 71. And that's, count that up, that's 10 cards. So there's at least 10 of them. Which, again, that's fair. It is a Monday Night Football set. This one flipped every other card except for the last card. All right. We got Derek Thomas, Steve Young, Donald Wolford again. This is another, again, is Chris Zorich. Is that Michael Irvin? That is Michael Irvin. That's our first Michael Irvin. And Brent Jones, tight end. All right. We've got Ernest Givens for the Oilers. We got Scott Norwood. Is that Scott Norwood? No, Jim Kelly. He's got his head down. I couldn't tell. Oh, yeah, Jim Kelly. I knew he looked familiar. And those are the only 2 Bills from there. Well, the white Bills, I should say. Because I know Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, and Bruce Smith, but I wouldn't have mistaken them for Jim Kelly. We got Michael Brooks for the Giants. Marcus Allen, that's a dupe. And Don Howard and Frank again. All right. Final 4 packs. Final 4. First, we have a giant Rodney Hampton running back. There's a Troy Aikman, Jeff Hostetler, Keith Hamilton. This is the safety. I don't remember his name. Tim McDonald, and then Brent again. At this point, we're looking for, anything new. Every once in a while, there's someone that's a kind of star or star-esque, like Michael Irvin a couple packs ago. Bruce Matthews. There's another John Elway. I was going to say, we're also looking for the ones that he had. So we got a Montana, we got a Elway, we got a Sanders and a Thomas. I think we're looking for a Brett Favre and a Marino to get doubles of all the ones he wanted. Herman Moore. This is, I forget which one. It was definitely a Steeler. It's a Steeler. I thought it was a Raider. And then when I turned it over, it was a Steeler. Greg Lloyd, Jay Novacek. Then I noticed the yellow stripes when I turned it back over the first time. And Keith. All right. Home stretch, guys. Final 2 packs before the prototype card enclosed. Starting with a Ricky Waters. Then we've got Warren Moon, Chris Carter, Mike Sherrard, Calvin Williams, and Don Howard and Frank again, Monday Night Madness. All right, final pack. Final pack. We've got Barry Foster. There's the Brett Favre we need. So just looking for the Joe Montana. Don't think we're going to get it. Eric Allen. Charles Haley. Terry McDaniel. And there's another of the Lynn Swan cards. All right, guys. That is everything except for the prototype cards enclosed. This could be either really cool or really trash. I'm interested to see what it is. Either way, it's interesting to see what it is. So, I'm going to cut that there. Slide down the side. Prototype cards enclosed. I'm going to put this one here. Class of Doomers. Rick Meyer, class of 1993. Golden Domers. And then we got an action-packed round 1 rookie update. Drew Bledsoe. I'm going to assume that Sugar wants that card. If he does not, I do. I don't. It says prototype RU 941. I know nothing about it, but it is a rookie Drew Bledsoe with like gold lettering and stuff. I don't know how much of it is. We're going to look into that one, but I'm definitely going to assume he wants that one. He may want the Rick Meyer as well. I don't know. Another Action Pack exclusive, the Golden Domers subset honors the extraordinary contributions Notre Dame made to the NFL rookie class of 1993, featuring some of the league's hottest stars and brightest players. This subset includes brilliant gold foil stamping on the front and a year-in-review update on the back. So I'm guessing class of 93, and this is a 94 card. So this is a second-year Rick Meyer. I am going to sleeve it and put it with his stuff, or actually I'm going to put it with the question mark stuff for him. I have question mark stuff, and then I have his stuff. His stuff I will stick with his stuff, and his question mark stuff I'll stick with his question mark stuff. And the rest of it, I'll try to build a set out of. I know that I'm short at least the Joe Montana, which is fine. If I have everything but that Joe Montana for the set, I may go and try to buy one. See if I can find just the one card. That's the Ricky Waters. I don't know why I'm showing you that. one Joe Montana card to complete the set so I can then sell it as a set. I probably will pay as much for one Joe Montana card that I'll make on selling the whole set. But I'd rather, you know, buy a card for $3 and then sell the whole set for 5, just to so someone gets a complete set if they want it. Then have them have to do the work. But guys, that was really cool. Action Pack really brings me back to my youth. It was a lot of fun opening Action Pack back then. It was a lot of fun opening them now. Not the same in the sense that I was always rookie chasing when I was opening Action Pack. I was looking for a Brett Favre rookie. I was looking for some of those early 89, 90, 91 rookies when I was opening them. So not much there like that Drew Bledsoe. That's something we would have been chasing in the normal set. The Monday Night Football didn't have any rookies, as far as I know. One or two of those might have been rookies, and it's just not. It doesn't have the designation on it. Maybe I don't know. But in the grand scheme of things, it was really nice to open those cards. I'm going to look into see if there are any other action pack, not the same ones. Opening that again would be very repetitive, seeing as it's a small set of only 70 cards. It'd be very silly to order a whole nother set of that. But I'm going to see if there's other years or other set types, and we'll do a little more action pack because that was a lot of fun. I did like that. Guys, go ahead and click the like and subscribe button down below. Help us out with the analytics and leave us a comment. Let us know if any of those cards throw you back yourself, if you collect this set, or if you have a Joe Montana for sale. Let me know. Also, join the Discord and the Facebook group and become part of the community. Find out about box breaks earlier, get discount pricing. We'll see you all when you do join us, and I know eventually you will, so I'm going to keep saying this until you do. Until then, we'll see you.